Good day. This week's question of the week, we're going to tackle problem of fat shaming in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of times people come to Jiu-Jitsu or to gyms in general in hopes of losing weight. And the truth is it's going to take more than just working out at a gym, whether it's martial arts, weights, cardio, fitness stuff. It's going to take more than that to cause weight loss. And weight loss in general is a very complicated subject that I'm not going to try to address how to go about weight loss in this video. Just understand it's going to take more than just working harder, at the gym. So this popped up on my radar because a blue belt who was thought to be affiliated with me, turns out they were not affiliated with me, but they was thought to be affiliated with me, made a cruel comment online. I believe the lady is a black belt, or maybe a brown belt, but she made the comment about, why don't what do bigger competitors need to do to receive similar respect to smaller competitors? And somebody made a wise comment, eat less. And it was cruel, it was uncalled for. And so it gets back to me and I hear about it. And at first I thought, just a knucklehead blue belt. But then the more I thought about it, I thought, in competition, one of the best IBJJF refs, I don't actually know his name, but he's reffed a lot of my matches. He's he would be considered quite overweight. I'll see maybe on the the YouTube picture. I'll put a picture of him. He's either raising my hand or raising my opponent's hand in one of our matches. But he's a great ref. But over the years, what I've noticed is when he's reffing from the audience, and some of these people from the audience are black belts, brown belts, purple belts, make some very cruel comments towards him, in regards to his weight. And they're making these derogatory comments because, maybe he's making a call that they don't like. And so they make these cruel comments. And I've seen it happen for years. And so it's not just a newbie problem in Jiu-Jitsu. It's an internal problem throughout Jiu-Jitsu that we just tolerate this kind of cruelty, and we need to do better. Because when you're cruel like that, and you make those kind of cruel comments, that's more of a reflection of your internal ugliness than any external beauty of the person that you're making these cruel comments towards. And we should do better. Like, offer to help your teammates, positive encouragement. Realize that, one, I don't know what everybody's going through. And we all have things that we would like to improve on. And it's really cruel to just, maybe they hear this every day of their life. Oh, you need to lose weight, And now here's one more person coming in, throwing their little daggers, whatever witty thing they think they're saying. And it's cruel, and in martial arts, we should do better. And, the same thing, like a friend of mine was entered the absolute division, and she outweighed her opponent by, I think over 100 pounds. And she won the absolute division. And her opponent is online talking about, oh, she only won because she was so much bigger than me. And it's like, here's the deal. If you don't want to compete against people that outweigh you by 100 pounds, don't enter the absolute division. Enter your weight class division. It's really simple. The absolute division is designed to show who is the best, regardless of weight class, in that belt division. That's what it's shown. So, yes, do heavier people, do bigger people normally win the absolute division? Yes, they do. But every once in a while, you'll see a small, 130-pound person come in and win that division. And it's very challenging because size does make a difference, especially if skill is very similar. So if you don't want to compete against somebody that outweighs you by 50 pounds or 100 pounds, don't enter the absolute division. But if you enter the absolute division, don't make excuses afterwards or make snide little comments about the person's weight, because you should be better than that. And you knew what you was getting into when you signed up for the absolute division. So that's what I got to say for this week. As a jiu-jitsu community, we need to do better. Cruelty, I would like, when I first came into martial arts, I thought, the norm would be Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid, and the exception, would be the John Kreese and the Cobra Kai's. But what I've seen over the years is it's the opposite. And we need to do better. So that's my insights for this week's question of the week. Got any comments, insights, feel free to share below. And till next week, ciao.